Hello, everyone. I am here to talk about the cloud and how you can use some of our advanced data capabilities to make a real change in the world using some of your social impact work. My name is Michael Jelve. I'm a nonprofit architect on the Tech for Social Impact team at Microsoft. I work on our data and AI capabilities, as well as innovation for the nonprofit sector. Let me just get started here. So the Tech for Social Impact team, we're a small engineering team within Microsoft Philanthropies. We work on accelerating nonprofit innovation and deliver solutions that help nonprofit organizations work more efficiently and amplify their impact. My team delivers technology for the nonprofit sector, humanitarian organizations, and NGOs all over the world, and we develop open source and purpose-built solutions in close collaboration with the sector. In 2018, we started the AI for Good initiative with AI for Earth as the first program. It seeks to leverage advanced artificial intelligence capabilities and solutions to protect our planet, including our bold plans recently announced to create a planetary computer. We now have 5 programs under this umbrella, including AI for Accessibility, which focuses on developing easy-to-use AI-powered solutions for people with disabilities, AI for Humanitarian Action, where we're partnering with humanitarian sector organizations on a wide range of programs like disaster response. AI for Cultural Heritage, which seeks to leverage AI to protect cultural heritage of low-resource communities by, for example, developing AI solutions for local languages. And then most recently, AI for Health, which leverages advanced AI capabilities to predict and to develop the medicines of the future. And so the underlying technology has matured significantly, boosted by greater access to data, better algorithms, and scalable cloud computing. And these advances both in fundamental research and applied science have led to both more robust AI capabilities, as well as to a much broader range of applications of AI. And all of this is underpinned by our responsible AI principles, aims at making sure that AI is used responsibly, equitably, and ethically, and that the desired outcomes are ensured by an infrastructure that prioritizes security and privacy. And so I'll start by introducing some of the key tools and services, and then look at how they're used today, and how you might be able to leverage them to amplify the impact of the work that you're doing. So let's take a look first at what sits underneath the work we're doing. So first we start with our own offering, combining them into a single Microsoft cloud designed to remove the friction points. This consists of Microsoft Azure, Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, brought together with the Power Platform. And it's a comprehensive offering of connected industry-leading clouds, specifically built to optimize digital feedback loops. Let's move on to some of the capabilities available in the Azure Data Services. There's a wide range of capabilities, including services for data management and analytics, tools to connect AI into your experiences, and business intelligence capabilities for data insights and visualization. Azure Data Factory is a comprehensive and flexible data integration platform that enables organizations to create analytic solutions to accelerate business transformation initiatives. Azure Data Factory simplifies ETL and ELT with any data from any source at scale. And the ETL and ELT processes don't require code or maintenance. You can simply use the drag and drop interface. And in order to get important insights from data, you need a cloud analytics platform that enables you to easily ingest data of various types from across the enterprise or across your organization to securely store it, to prepare the data for analytics and to serve it up for reporting. And all of this, of course, while maintaining security, SLAs, and data governance. Azure Synapse Analytics is an analytics service that brings together data integration, data warehousing, and big data analytics. And it gives you the freedom to query data on your terms using either serverless or dedicated resources at scale. Azure Synapse brings these roles together with a unified experience to ingest, explore, prepare, manage, and serve data for immediate business intelligence, as well as machine learning needs. So let's take a look at cognitive services and some of the artificial intelligence capabilities that they make available. They're cloud-based services with REST APIs and client library SDKs available to help you build cognitive intelligence into your applications. And so you can add cognitive features to applications without having AI or data science skills, so that you can build solutions that can see, hear, speak, understand, and even make decisions on your behalf. The catalog of cognitive services that provide cognitive understanding are categorized into these 5 main pillars. So vision, speech, search, language, and decision. And we'll see how we've leveraged some of these capabilities for some of the social good applications in just a moment. Another source is the Power Platform, where we've combined the capabilities of 4 services into a unique and powerful low-code development platform. One of the foundational goals of the Power Platform is to empower the limitless potential of citizen developers who can use its capabilities to unlock insights and develop processes that would otherwise never surface. The Power Platform enables a no-code method of creating powerful chatbots, for example, for a wide variety of use cases. When building chatbots, historically, there's been this direct dependency for the content subject matter experts to have access to developers or scientists. And so what we set out to do with Power Virtual Agents was to enable the people who are closest to the content, who best understand the end users, to easily create chatbots using a guided no-code graphical interface without the dependency on developers or data scientists. The platform here is part of a broader initiative to democratize AI, meaning to bring the power of advanced AI capabilities to a much broader audience. And the Microsoft Cloud is connected and extended with additional software infrastructure and even other public clouds. And we believe in open data, open architecture, and interoperability. On the app side, we enable organizations to customize the experience for their unique context across operating systems. On the infrastructure side, we ensure that solutions integrate seamlessly with other industry solutions, as well as our customers' own on-premise topologies in any blend of cloud native or hybrid environments. And on the cloud side, we build technologies that unlock scenarios spanning multiple public clouds, including AWS and Google Cloud Platform. So as some of you may have seen, we recently announced our Cloud for Nonprofit. And the Cloud for Nonprofit is built using Microsoft's standard core engineering principles. It's a cross-cloud suite of applications that unlocks the power of Dynamics, Power Platform, Teams, Azure, and LinkedIn. By leveraging Dataverse and the common data model, it's designed to break down silos between applications and data stores and providing an integrated experience. And since it's modular, you can adopt at your own pace and grow into it as you go. It's specifically designed to extend frontline workers' capabilities, helping staff and volunteers be more efficient with the right data at their fingertips. So it all begins with attracting, retaining, and growing a base of constituents. It helps organizations manage volunteers and enables them to collaborate and engage on the causes where they can make the most impact. And it helps organizations design programs, services, and track outcomes. And by breaking down silos across programs and operations, The Cloud for Nonprofit drives insights that accelerate mission efficacy and back office efficiency. So you can use this to follow the flow of funding, for example, from the initial gift through to program delivery and then to impact measurement, helping you understand donor propensity and design personalized engagement to improve fundraising. So it's a bold vision, but one that unlocks the power of technology for the nonprofit sector, and building sector-specific solutions and investing in a common data model. We can help take friction out of the equation for nonprofits. So it's underpinned by the common data model for nonprofits, making it easier and less expensive for nonprofits to integrate with existing solutions and share data across the organization. As part of this, last year we launched fundraising and engagement, which is an application, first-party applications designed to help nonprofits manage their donors and fundraise for their missions. It's a finished, supported application that leverages the common data model and the nonprofit accelerator. However, where the real power lies is in our broader community of ecosystem of partners. And so, building on top of the core capabilities that we make available, we have an extended community of ISVs and system integrators and social entrepreneurs and more. They are building vertical specific solutions and bespoke nonprofit solutions, which truly amplifies the impact for the nonprofit sector. So the nonprofit sector has an extraordinary opportunity to fight inequality across the world, but increasingly grapple with digital disruption, security threats, while striving for impact and transparency. The AF Humanitarian Action program aims to accelerate digital transformation across nonprofits globally by solving some of the world's most critical social issues and by bringing together the best in philanthropies, AI, and cloud technology. We provide technology and data science expertise to nonprofits to balance their expertise in solving these problems. So we all know, for example, that the gap between the have and have-nots is widening. 800 million people today don't have enough food every day, but we still don't fully understand the causes affecting complex scenarios like hunger. And so with AI and ML, we can help nonprofits make faster progress and predict scenarios like famine before they occur. Also, over half of people on the planet lack basic access to knowledge and skills needed to participate in the new digital economy. And this digital gap is most pronounced in the marginalized and impoverished communities. And as a result, billions of people are at risk of being excluded from the social and economic opportunities of the future. And of course, society as a whole is at risk of missing their collective potential. So we're looking at how we can use data and AI to solve these disparities, as well as the world's greatest humanitarian challenges across these four pillars here. So with human rights, we're partnering with organizations to accelerate breakthrough solutions that help monitor, detect, and prevent human rights violations. The needs of women and children. Our projects help ensure the well-being and safety of women and children around the world. For refugees and displaced people, we provide scalable solutions to help the approximately 80 million forcibly displaced people worldwide, including refugees. And for disaster response, we support resiliency, response, and recovery programs designed for those affected by humanitarian emergencies. Incidentally, we have an open call for grant proposals. It's open out now. It ends at the end of May. For refugees, a few projects here. Some of the projects where we're partnering include optimizing aid delivery for refugees and monitoring human rights abuses in these areas. So this includes a system to automatically handle calls to the court on behalf of refugees, a chatbot that provides assistance to refugees that recently arrived from the country, as well as deep learning approach for automated conflict analysis. On the disaster response side, the OpenStreetMap project improves the mapping of areas vulnerable to natural disaster and poverty. And this enables then relief programs to respond more quickly and efficiently after disasters. We have a project around automatic detection of the specific needs expressed on 211 calls, and uniting military veterans, first responders, and technology to rapidly provide relief to communities in need. So we're assembling and deploying a relief team to hurricanes, earthquakes, flooding, fire. Usually takes a few hours instead of days. Similarly, now with the COVID-19 vaccination program, administering vaccines to millions of people around the country is a huge task. And our partners are working to bring together volunteers in a way that was previously not possible to ensure that people in the US have better access to vaccine. And so, speaking of COVID, COVID-19 is obviously magnifying the inequalities in our communities and around the world. And as the demand for nonprofit services significantly grows, resources and funding are tightening up. So for many nonprofits, this means that there has never been more pressure to find ways to do more with less. And so in collaborating with nonprofit organizations, we have experienced both a readiness and a willingness to integrate some of the more advanced AI offerings available today. This is the outcome of more crisp identification of specific use cases and the maturity of the underlying AI technology. And so one of these areas is a surge in interest around chatbots. Chatbots, they provide a fantastic interface for interacting with your key audience. Using conversations as an interface provides an engaging and interactive experience for the end users. They enable a wide range of scenarios that are relevant to the nonprofit sector. They're always available, providing assistance 24/7. They can automatically handle basic tasks and answer questions at scale, which then frees up staff time to focus on more complex tasks where their skills and attention may be better applied. With chatbots, you build a conversation so that the bot can help guide the user to the information that you have available for them based on their individual context and needs. And so we're actively working with several nonprofits, governments, and academic institutions, as well as humanitarian organizations. For example, built on top of the Power Virtual Agents platform, the government of India, as well as the city of Kobe in Japan, have built COVID-19 health assistants to help offload the increase in questions they're getting about COVID-19 related issues from citizens throughout India and in Kobe. This includes improving access to news and services, as well as health and safety guidelines. In Wales, the Swansea Council built a chatbot to help address the significant increase in cases of domestic abuse during the COVID-19 lockdown. This chatbot provides safety advice and emotional support to its users and guides victims, as well as people at risk of domestic abuse, to the services that are relevant to their individual situation. And we're in the process of expanding this capability to the US and Latin America. We built a chatbot with humanitarian and academic partners to provide improved education opportunities for young refugees by facilitating discovery and access to learning material. And we're currently working with a few nonprofits in Africa on taking the learnings from that project to build a bot to assist with training of their staff. So switching gears a little bit, I want to talk a little bit about collaboration across organizations, across the sector, as well as data sharing. There are a few key challenges that organizations are faced in the context of data. So data often lives in silos that can't talk to each other. Different data sets often follow different standards or don't follow any standard at all. And so a lot of time is wasted on cleaning data, making data accessible and available in order to make it useful, which means that getting to the real value that data can generate is often a lengthy process, or more often than not, is not actually completed. So if you take a look at data silos specifically, too often we work with nonprofits that struggle with their data. It's data across systems in separate, disconnected databases, data across platforms, and the time and opportunity cost that it takes to just produce a donor report or close the books across systems is significant. So the manual labor, the Excel workbooks, the boxes and boxes of receipts, insights are hidden, and inefficiencies and efficiencies are often impossible. So imagine a world where the data is connected across different databases, different sources, where technology partners and nonprofits and funders agree that to collaborate on standards and interoperability to make it easier to gain those insights and find those efficiencies. And a way to get to this world is with a common data model. It's a set of standardized, extensible data schemas that represent commonly used concepts and activities for the specific use cases that you care about. So it helps with sharing of data across organizations, and it helps to eliminate data silos within an organization. And you can see here on the left an example of an ERD, entity relationships diagram. That is a structural diagram for the database design with major entities and the interrelationships amongst those entities. So to make progress on this, to move towards this, starting 3 years ago, we stewarded an effort to create a common language for nonprofits and their technology partners. We invited nonprofits, government agencies, and other technology partners to the discussion and to the effort. It is now a community-led open source effort representative of sector best practices. It's platform agnostic, and it's published as open source on GitHub. And so it represents a set of entities, attributes, and relationships for the nonprofit sector. And it's at the center of everything we do within our team, and it makes it easier for our partners to innovate and to share data. So built specifically with and for the nonprofit sector as a standard structure and a common language for representing data. It encourages interoperability across platforms and solutions, and makes data sharing a lot easier. So also in 2018, we built the first version of the Nonprofit Accelerator. We have made several additions since then. It consists of sample applications built on the Power Platform and Azure that brings the common data model to life. And today it represents 8 sample applications. For example, some of the more recent ones, the volunteer management app provides the building blocks for partners to enable nonprofits to create and manage volunteer information, training preferences, and connect to volunteer opportunities. The assessment management application enables nonprofits to accurately, consistently, and efficiently record detailed observations during an assessment. So the who, the where, the when, and the what, so that you, for example, can track assessment of buildings after a disaster, and share assessment information with other organizations after a disaster to coordinate response. The frontline humanitarian logistics application enables nonprofits to manage the last mile of humanitarian aid. It focused on the connective tissue for organizations between solutions. And so responding to a need, an expressed need from the nonprofit organizations to pull data into a secure, compliant, and governed data repository for aggregating and transforming completely disparate data sources, we built a nonprofit data warehouse quick start. It's a modern non-profit organizations, they often have, say, between 15 and 30 different data sources. Some are on-premise, in the cloud, or hosted in third-party applications. And traditionally, this data has been siloed into separate databases or applications or Excel and so on, which makes it extremely difficult to report accurately, to locate the data, to identify trends across the data sets, and it doesn't really foster a collaborative data estate. So the nonprofit Data Warehouse Quick Start is a scripted deployment for customers to implement a full data lake or data warehouse solution on Azure with both public data sets and nonprofit CDM integration. Organizations can deploy the Quick Start into their Azure tenants for piloting, and further customization, do further customization with their own data, providing so it provides a baseline architecture that they can take into production. So thanks to the instant deployment of workloads to Azure via GitHub, organizations can test the data warehouse and analytics without their own heavy lifting. So I've given you a sort of wide overview of tools and services that are available to you, with some examples of how these can be used to develop impactful experiences in the social good space. And of course, it's never enough just to make technology available. You also need to make sure that to raise awareness around it and that people actually know how to use it. So I'll leave you with a few next steps, including some resources that you can use to learn more about how to engage with the technologies. There are various courses available, some online, some offline, most of them for free. So you can go in and learn about some of the specific tools capabilities that I've shown you today. If you are if you're working on something related to what I've shown you today, I'd love to hear about it and learn about your experiences, what works from a technology point of view, and in particular, what doesn't. If you're thinking about leveraging the nonprofit common data model, or if you have questions about how to get started using some of the tools and services we looked at today, let me know. And if you're interested in connecting with me on collaboration, or want to know more about the open call for grant proposals, nonprofit offers, or potentially joining our partner ecosystem, here's where you can find me. This is also where I'll post some announcements as we make new capabilities available. We have a few new capabilities coming up soon related to tooling around data, so stay tuned for that. So with that, I want to say thank you for your attention, and I hope that you found some of this useful. And so I believe we have time for a few questions. Let's see. There are a few good examples of what people are building today. This is great to see. All right. So any other questions? If not, you're probably at the end of the session here. All right. Well, if you have any questions following this, you have my contact information, so feel free to reach out. And thank you for your time today. Have a good rest of the day.